Hello, everybody. How are we doing? It's a nice Friday evening. Just want to make sure everything is working, everything is connected. Yeah, so today we are going to discuss about the transfers. There's a lot that has been going on over the past couple of days, but today it's been really active. Let's join the chat. Make sure you share the link. Let's get the show started. Let's discuss. There's a goalkeeping update, midfield update, as well as a striker update. Yeah, so how was your week? How have you been doing? Personally, I've not been doing too great. Been unwell. In fact, today you'll notice I don't have a lot of energy, but I'll try my best, and I know you guys will give me the spirit to keep going. We'll make this excited. So as always, this is United Qua Ground. On Friday, every Friday, we have Chaos Qua Ground. So Chaos Qua Ground is all about the whole week transfer news, team news, and discuss any controversial thing we've seen online. And we get your views as fans. So remember to post your comment in the comment section below. Guys who are watching on YouTube, karibuni sana. Make sure you also hit the subscribe button. Guys who are coming on via TikTok, also make sure that you are able to send your comments. Hit the follow button. You can see we have a target of 20. We have a target of 3,000 followers. Right now we are on 2749. Yeah, so let's get the show started. We have a lot of excitement at the moment. A couple of exciting news has come through over the past couple of hours, and it's to do with the goalkeeping update. We know that Manchester United have been looking at getting a goalkeeper as well as a central midfielder. Yesterday we had news about a central midfielder, and some of that news is Angelo Stiller. Angelo Stiller is a German goalkeeper, midfielder, who plays for Stuttgart. And there was a transfer embargo yesterday, but today the news have come out to be a bit negative. But Angelo Stiller is one of the midfielders that I would be comfortable getting at United. Angelo Stiller is, I keep saying that Baleba or Wharton can be a combination of Bruno and Wharton, but Stiller is now the perfect match. He's good defensively. He's good in handling the ball under pressure. He's good in getting out of the press, and he's also good at passing. He's more like a Paul Scholes kind of signing, and these are players that we need to get at United. So we had news coming out that Angelo Stiller is linked to United. United have started talks. We have a very old X account or Twitter account that has been there for ages, since 2012, if I remember correctly. And this account is called Indikaila, which has been quite active this transfer window. They are the ones who broke the Seshko news, and it happened. And all of a sudden, their rapport went, or their stocks went high, because previously they were more like an unreliable source, like a parody account. And now we have them getting big news, posting on socials as well, and they turn out to be true. So they stated that Angelo Stiller, the agents of Angelo Stiller were in England or in the UK to talk with United. United have made inquiries to the club. He has a release clause, and the talks have started with the player and all that. But today, Florian Plattenberg, who's a very good journalist, a reliable journalist when it comes to German news, came out and rubbished it. We had guys, including us at UKG, going online being excited that you're getting in, and then Florian Plattenberg came out to say that it's not. You remember when we had the Mbumo news that a second bid has gone in, and then Ben Jacobs came out and said, nah, there is no bid that has been submitted by United, and then it deflated our excitement balloon. So it's the same case. I just want to make sure I load the tweet that stated that the rumors linking Angelo Stiller to United are false. So these are the news. So the tweet says that rumors linking Manchester United with Angelo Stiller are false, are wide of the mark. There are no internal or external discussion, no any concrete plans regarding a Manchester United move for Stiller before deadline day. He will go into the season with VfB Stuttgart. So those are the news. So that's what Florian Plattenberg says, or Florentin Plattenberg said, that they are just rumors. We know United want Baleba, but the price is too high. Wharton has also been sounded out. Has been sounded out, and the fee is around 80 million euros. Nothing concrete there yet. No, we haven't seen any talks with the agents or with the club, that is Crystal Palace. And Crystal Palace are having it rough, to be honest. Crystal Palace are losing players. They've just lost Eze. And they are out of the Europa League due to that unfair rule. And they are struggling, and I don't think they will sell Wharton at this point in time, because already the manager is complaining that he does not have good players this season. So Angelo Stiller is also the third option, or one of the options. On Wednesday or Tuesday, I can't remember when we were live, we did mention that there is Lucien Agume, who's also linked with United. And Agume is more like Baleba. He's a midfield destroyer. But now, if we look at Angelo Stiller is more of a box-to-box. He can be a good number 6. He's good defensively. He's good in terms of attacking. And right now, we already have a player like that in Bruno, as well as Kobe. So probably he's a player we can sign for the future. My preference is we go for a Baleba or an Agume type of signing, because we need a midfield destroyer. We need also a player that can drop deep, collect the ball, be able to handle pressure and build up play. So Stiller is a good player. He's cheap. I think the release clause is around 32 million or 35 million. And that's cost effective compared to the likes of Baleba. There are also rumors that Baleba might go for around 110, 108 there. I did see a tweet, although it's not from a reliable source, stating that United will submit a 90 million guaranteed fee bid and a 13 million in add-ons. So it comes to around 103. But we are yet to see major news or major journalists and platforms coming out to say that it is true. So at the moment, the Stiller news, they are wide of the mark, according to Florian Plattenberg. So anything can happen. We still have another week of transfer window. Anything can happen. We know that towards the end and on deadline day, things move pretty fast. You can find that we buy even 3 players or 4 players on the deadline day. We also have Casemiro. Casemiro has there's a rumor that Al Ittihad want him. They are pushing for the move, and he might move. Who knows? Probably if we sell Casemiro, we might get 2 midfielders. We might get even 1. There's also the question about Kobe. Will Kobe play? Where will Kobe play? But right now we know that we haven't replaced. Sorry about that. We haven't replaced Eriksen, who left. Eriksen left. We haven't replaced him, and we Toby Collier is out on loan. So we don't have a lot of midfield options. So we need to get a midfielder. It's yet to be seen whether it can happen this week. Probably next week things will happen. Things will look up. Yeah, so that's the thing. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think Angelo Stiller will be a good signing for us? And one thing though I have to mention is we have guys who were online. They were making fun of him. They were saying that he's about his appearance, and that's a low ball. That's very disgraceful. We know that the player was born with a cleft lip, so you don't have to make fun of him. And we know that online trolls will always troll, especially the faceless accounts. So there is no need to discuss any further. So just appreciate the player, appreciate the talent. And as I said, let me know in the comment section, what do you think? Do you think this is a player that United need right now? Is he a player that probably we can wait until next summer? And Angelo Stiller, remember that Real Madrid wanted him because they are in Germany. He's said to be the next Toni Kroos, and Toni Kroos was a top player. Angelo Stiller was wanted by Real Madrid, but unfortunately he got an injury and was unable to move to Real Madrid. Yeah. We have Nubis Kubis. Thank you very much for joining our first chat of the day. Who are we talking about? Angelo Stiller. Yes, we are talking about Angelo Stiller. He's a player that United are looking at, or rumored to be looking at. And just a recap, Florian Plattenberg has come out and said it's the rumors of Stiller at United are wide of the mark. There are no talks internally. There are no discussions externally. So that's what we are talking about. Yeah. So Stiller is a good baller. I would take him. Honestly, I would take him. But right now, I would prioritize on a Baleba kind of signing, because we need a midfield destroyer. Bruno is there. Bruno can do the creative work in midfield, and who knows? Probably Stiller, we can get him and tell Bruno thanks for your service, and see ya. But one thing I need to say about Bruno, and I've seen a lot of guys still coming out and saying that Bruno should have left. Every team needs a player like Bruno. You look at Man City, they had De Bruyne. You look at Arsenal, they have Odegaard. Yeah, you look at Real Madrid, yeah, they had that sort of a player. So we need Bruno. Regardless of what you want to say in terms of the money that the 100 million could have helped us, no. We need Bruno. We only need one midfielder to pair with him. And we know that Bruno can also play multiple positions, especially this year when we have Mbumo and Ahmad going to AFCON. So Bruno can step up, and then if we get Leslie Stiller, we get Baleba or Wharton, then they can step in, or even Kobe can play there. Yeah. So Nubis Kubis, you are saying, I like Stiller a lot, but it depends on the price. I don't think his club want to sell. Well, they would sell. If the money is good, they would sell. Let me just check how much Stiller is, because I think I saw he has a release clause at, I think, 32 million or 36 million, but it only becomes active in 2026. Angelo Stiller, let's see. Where is the price? Come on. No, that doesn't help me at all. Yeah, it's around 40 million, around 36, let's say 36 to 40 million euros. And it's a release clause that will be active in 2026. So it wouldn't cost like Wharton or Baleba. I don't think he would cost that much, to be honest. I don't think he would cost that much. If you are honest, I don't think he would cost that much. So, but the question is the sort of profile we are looking for. We need a midfield destroyer. Agume, even Tanaka is a good option, and Tanaka, I don't think it will cost as much. Yeah, so Stiller is a good player. Definitely, if we have the capacity, if we have the bandwidth, if we have the facilities or finances, yeah, why not? We need to have different midfield options. You remember when we had Carrick, we had Scholes, we had Fletcher, we had Anderson, Tom Cleverley. We need that sort of midfield depth. Right now, our team is a bit lean, and it's acceptable since we don't have a lot of games. But when United get to Europe, you now start having around 3 games a week, and you need that squad depth. Casemiro, we know that he is going. It's his last year of the contract. Kobe Mainu is there, but we don't have a lot of midfield option. Ugarte, definitely, I don't see him staying around. I'm still supporting him, but Ugarte, if he continues performing that poorly, I don't see him staying. Wow, that's cheap. United should put a 50 million bid because Stiller is definitely gone next year for 40 million. Yeah, definitely. If United can put in a cheeky 40 million bid, why not? And I think also the midfielder signing will depend on the outgoings. For example, Højlund, we'll discuss about him. He might move away. We have the likes of Anthony, we have Sancho, we have Malacia who are still at the club. If they leave, and also Garnacho, if they leave, we have more money. We can go in and buy these players. Who knows? Probably we'll get enough to go and get Baleba. Let's say even at 120. Jack Gidenji, you're asking about Kamavinga rumors. They are just rumors. I don't see that happening. Those are just rumors. Furthermore, we don't know what Real Madrid want. It's like they're still trying to figure out what the coach wants, because there are players who are good last season, now they are no longer good. Yeah, so you look at some of the players like Rodrigo, they were key in the team now, they are no longer needed. The Real Madrid have not come out and said that they are for sale. And we know that if Kamavinga is for sale, I have seen guys saying that he can go for around 62 million or 69 million. Well, he has a release clause of 1 billion euros. So who's going to pay 1 billion euros on a release clause? Unless they terminate the release clause and then they say now it's free for all. Whatever money comes in, he goes. So the Kamavinga rumors are just rumors. I don't see Kamavinga happening. Honestly, I don't see it happening. It's more or less what I said about Donnarumma. Statements have come out just a few hours ago saying that United were never in for Donnarumma. How about Agume rumors? Yes, Agume was looked at. Basically, he's part of the list of prospects or transfer targets. So similar to Kamavinga, there is a list. You know, when the club or any club is going for a certain position, they have a list. Option 1, option 2. So the scouting department just pushes a list to the decision makers. That is the coach, head of scouting. They push also to the director of football. And then they have a look and then they say, okay, based on these profiles, the coach says probably option 1, 2, 3 are good, or option 2, 4, 1 are good. So when you see such names being mentioned, most of the time these are lists that are coming from the scouting department. Because a manager says, I need, for example, a midfield destroyer, someone who's press resistant, someone who can play good passes. And then the scouting team says, based on the data we have, these are the players we have. So Agume is one of the players that has been listed. In case, let's say, we don't get Baleba, Wharton, or even Stiller, we go for him. But Agume and Angelo Stiller are very different profiles. They are totally different profiles. Agume is more like Baleba. Stiller is more like Bruno. So Donnarumma wanted 300k salary, exactly. And I said on the stream, I think 2 weeks ago, those are just rumors. I don't see us going for Donnarumma. In fact, when we were discussing about who we should go for next in our previous live, I said Donnarumma, I don't think it will happen. United right now are not offering anything more than 200k. Cunha is earning 180k. Mbumbo is 160. Sheshko is, I think, is also 180 or 160. The only high earners we have at the moment is Casemiro, who's the highest with 350, followed by Bruno, I think at 300, and Sancho at also 300, or between 250 and 300. So if we get rid of Casemiro and we get rid of Sancho, the highest earner will be Bruno. And trusts you me, Bruno will also be sold, or he'll also be told you need to leave, because 300k is a lot. Right now, United are trying as much as possible to fix the wage structure. So a couple of more comments before we head on to other news. Today YouTube is quite active. TikTok, I don't know why it's not pulling the charts. Let me see what's happening with TikTok. Let me see. There are a couple of charts, they are not coming through. Hopefully this can be fixed. Yeah. So let's see whether this one fixes TikTok, because I also want to highlight. But let me go through some of the chat messages on TikTok. We have Netro Savage Gamer, one of our fan club members and also a legend. He gifted us last time, and I missed you on Wednesday. I didn't see you. Antwerp wanatupa, Lammens hawatupi. Yeah, the deal is happening. The deal is definitely happening. The deal is going for around 17 million, and we'll go to those news shortly. Let's see any other comment. According to you, which position? This is Muivovia. Yeah. According to you, which position that feel is most crucial for United to sign before end of transfer? For me, I was saying midfielder, but I changed my stance to a goalkeeper. We definitely need to get a goalkeeper. If we get Lammens for like 17 million, then we can go to the midfield. We need a goalkeeper first. We can't keep conceding silly goals. Midfielder news. Yeah, I've just mentioned Senior Cariz. I think you've just joined. I've mentioned that Angelo Stiller. Yeah, now the chats are happening, so I can highlight. So yeah, Angelo Stiller news have been rubbished. Florian Plattenberg. Let me just bring back that page. And then we go to other news. So Florian Plattenberg has just said, this is in the morning, he said today that rumors linking United with Angelo Stiller are wide of the mark. There are no internal or external discussions, nothing concrete before deadline day. He will go this season as a Stuttgart player. But things do change. Something might happen before the end of the window. Last week, we didn't seem like we would buy a keeper. This week, we are buying one. Yeah, so let's now move on to the next bit of news, and that is Sane Lammens. Sane Lammens is a keeper that United want to buy, and Ben Jacobs, although he's not as reliable, came out to say this. Manchester United, let's start with the one below. Antwerp goalkeeper Sane Lammens is on United's radar. Some initial talks have already taken place this summer, with interest dating back to January. You remember I said in the previous live that Manchester United had talks with the player and they had talks with the agent in late June, early July to establish whether that deal could happen. So the scouting department has changed. The recruitment department has changed. So what United are doing, they are sounding out their targets. Remember I said that they have a list of players they want to go for. And then they start now talking to the agents and asking, in case we do come for the player, is there a possibility? Will he be open? And then they go to the club and ask, in case we want to buy this player, how much will it cost? So Sane Lammens was among the players on that list. And as you see, there was interest since January. So this is a player we've scouted since January. And then Ben Jacobs says, as an update, United in talks with Sane Lammens, not expected to impact the future of Andre Onana if a deal comes off, which is not a given. And then Lammens is likely to cost around 17 million. That was Ben Jacobs. And then the big name, Lowry Whitwell, via The Athletic, posted this article just a few hours ago, I think an hour or 2 hours ago, that United are in advanced talks with Royal Antwerp for goalkeeper Lammens. A new goalkeeper has not been in the agenda at Old Trafford unless Onana was sold. As I mentioned last week, no one was expecting, at United, no one was expecting to buy a keeper. Now, today, yesterday and today, the news here that United are going for a keeper. So similar to midfielder news, we might hear that they've abandoned the Baleba deal or they are not going for Steeler. Then the next few days it changes. So Antwerp have been looking for a fee of around 20 million euros. In pounds, it's around 17.8, 17.5 there for Lammens, according to reports. So Lammens is 23 years old and is 6'4" and has played 52 games so far in the Belgian Pro League. So what do we expect after this news? Of course, some elements will happen. I think it will happen. Currently, there are club-to-club talks that are going on between United and Royal Antwerp to structure the deal. 17 million might look a small amount where United can just go and pay all of it in cash. But remember, we said in our previous lives that Ineos are being very smart with their moves. So if they can structure a deal where it can be paid in installments, let's say in 2 years, it leaves more room for other signings. So this is a deal that I have a feeling it will happen. Probably we'll get a here we go today, tomorrow, by Monday. And it's quite interesting to see that United have decided to move for a keeper first and then a midfielder. We had that discussion on Wednesday. Some of the comments here, Kamavinga is always injured, even if he's available, not sure if I want him. Kamavinga has injury issues, but remember, things change. That PSG player, what is his name? I keep forgetting him. I'm zoning out again. I don't know what happens on Fridays. I keep zoning out. Let me check. Sorry, guys. It's been a tough day, a tough week. Dembele. There you go. Dembele was always injured when he was at Barcelona. He was always injured. But now, he's a candidate to win Ballon d'Or. So we can say that it's a risk, but things change. Van Persie was always injured at Arsenal, but when he came to United, things changed, and he helped us win the league. My only issue with Kamavinga is sometimes agents use United's name to get something they want. So they might use United's name just to get him a place in the team, because right now, the coach is different. He wants a different playing style. He wants different players. You remember also under Ancelotti, Kamavinga sometimes played as a centre-back. Sometimes he was playing as a full-back. Sometimes he was playing as a central midfielder. So I'm not so keen on Kamavinga. Personally, I'd prefer we go for Baleba or Agume, if not Wharton. Unpopular opinion, what if Onana makes a turnaround like Maguire? I keep saying that they will. Trust me, the goalkeepers, they will. You look at right now the squad, the front players, they will have to improve because, if you don't perform, there's someone else who's waiting to come in. Like right now, Ugarte might have gone down the pecking order. Probably Kobe Mainu is now ahead of him. So when they are seeing that another goalkeeper is coming, they know that they'll either be sold or they won't play. And it's a World Cup year. And an AFCON year for Onana. So he might turn around. Also, I was in another podcast and I posted a comment that the environment right now at United is very different. Even us as fans, we can feel something. We can feel an optimism. We can feel a positivity. Things that feel different. And Amorim has done a good job to change the fortunes of the club, to change the atmosphere, to make it more positive. The players are fighting for each other. So the keepers will improve. And now Lammens is coming in. They will have to improve because there are fewer games. Onana will go to AFCON. And by the time he's coming back, he might find that he doesn't have a place. Moviva, you're saying, what if this Amorim ball or playing system doesn't work as quick as people want? things don't work as we always want, and that's a fact. Things don't always work the way we want them to work. Ferguson took how many years before he won the league or before he won the trophy? And after that, things worked. Coming closer to recent times, Klopp came in. Liverpool didn't look like a Liverpool team anymore. In fact, guys had written them off. All of a sudden, then Liverpool is a big force to reckon with till now. You look at that team, that's Klopp's team. So guys need to be patient. We are used to a Football Manager. We are used to FIFA. That you just get finances and you can buy any player you want. This is real life. This is not Football Manager. It's not FIFA. It's not a video game. It's real life. Sometimes players don't want to join the club. Sometimes players don't want to perform for the manager, or the manager has an issue with the club officials. So it's real life. So let's give it time. What we saw against Arsenal, what we saw in the preseason, it shows that Manchester United is performing well. We'll do a preview tomorrow of the Fulham game. So make sure you tune in tomorrow as we do a preview. Today we are just going through Chaos Kwa Ground, just looking at the news. Kwa Ground vitu zinaendaje. So Muivovia, we need to be patient. Kamavinga, we've just mentioned that those are just rumors. Nothing is happening. And a small guy, JJ Abraham. Yes. JJ Gabriel, sorry. Yeah, JJ Gabriel is a 14-year-old who's been compared to Messi, who's been compared to Yamal. And some of the reports are saying that he's even better than Yamal. JJ Gabriel is a 14-year-old who's now playing in the under-18s. And the dad was at Carrington yesterday, had a chat with Amorim. And Amorim is inviting the player now to be training in the first team in a couple of days over the week. So JJ Gabriel is one of the players that from our academy we need to follow closely. Hello, almost late. Hey Faith, where did you go? I haven't seen you since Sunday. Where did you go? Karibu sana, welcome back. It's good to see you. History ya Glazers kuuza ni for real. No, I don't think they will sell the club. It's just the news were that there was a contract clause or a finance clause or something. Let's say a clause that stated that after a certain date, Ineos could not stop the Glazers from selling shares. And if they sell shares, then in effect they are selling the club. The Glazers have a bigger stake. They have more shares than Glazers have more shares than Ineos. And Ineos, over that period where the clause was, they could block a move. But right now the clause has expired, so it means that the Glazers might decide to sell, let's say, to the Qatari group. The Qatari group have come out and said, we are no longer interested with the project. They've moved on to other projects. So at this time, nothing is happening. So now going back to the Lammens news. Lammens is a good goalkeeper. He's young. He reminds me of David De Gea when he came into the club. He was young. He struggled a bit, and then all of a sudden things started working. So I'm excited that we are getting him. We are just expecting a here we go. I keep refreshing my X account to see whether there is any news about it. Everton are close to agreeing with Southampton for Tyler Dibling. You remember Tyler Dibling? Proposed deal is of 40 million plus sell-on clause. These guys wanted to sell Tyler Dibling to us for 100 million. And now he's going for 40. They quoted as 100 million last year. Now they are selling him for 40. That's crazy. United tax anyway. So there is no news about Lammens so far. What I want you to do, guys, is when you have time, go on X or Twitter. There's an account called United Baki, UTDBAKI. And they post some nice videos, some nice compilation videos. And he's done a lot of videos, I think 3 of them or 2 of them, about Lammens and his last saves. I've before the live, I watched one Lammens video. The last 231 shots he faced, and that guy is brilliant. That guy is good. The only thing that he might struggle with, I've just seen a comment from Jiris making me laugh. I'll address that. The only reservation I have with Lammens, and he's still young, he can improve, is dealing with crosses. Let's say if a cross is coming in and there's a header, his reflexes are a bit slow. But overall, he's a good shot stopper. He commands the box. In case of corners, he will come out and he will pick the ball. Someone said that he's like Thibaut Courtois. He's that sort of player. Ruth, I don't understand what you are saying, so I won't post that comment on on the screen. What do you mean? And last time you also posted something similar and I was a bit confused. When do you do your live? Nambona hatuna watch along. My lives are usually on Mondays. I do a live every Monday. We have Ground Talk Live, as you can see. Is it on this side? Yeah. So we do Ground Talk Live every Monday. So the Ground Talk Live is all about you, the fans. You join the call. You give your opinion. Sometimes we have... why am I saying sometimes? We only had 2 shows. So the first show, we had 3 guys coming in. We had a Chelsea fan and 2 United fans. And we were just talking about football in general, about United. So that's the first one. I always want to go live also on Wednesdays. Wednesdays just to discuss the latest news. If there is any news that's coming in, we go live on Wednesdays. And then every Friday is this show, Chaos Qua Ground. So Chaos Qua Ground is nini na happen. What's going on? What's the latest news? What's the latest debacle? What's the latest rumor? And we just talk about it. Time, it's always at 9 p.m. We always go live at 9 p.m. The first few weeks I did at 8 and I realized that we are in Nairobi, na jam inashikanga watu. So I saw that 9 p.m. is the best time to start the lives. So also tomorrow, the preview, the Fulham Manchester United game, the preview will be at 9. So mark it. So time, all shows always at 9. But there's one more show that we do, and that is the review. The review is dependent on the time of the game. So assuming, for example, the game on Sunday is at 6, it will end at around 8:30 there. So we go live at around 9:30. If the game, let's say we have the game on Saturday at 10 p.m., we can't go live at 12. We'll have to go live for the review the next day. So overall, we have, let's say, around 4 lives a week. So we have Monday, Ground Talk Live, every Monday 9. Wednesday, just general discussions, every Wednesday at 9. And then every Friday from 9, we also have this show, Chaos Qua Ground. Hopefully I'll get a guest coming in. I don't always want to talk alone. I'm also trying to include other guys to join the project. And then preview. The preview, let's say the game is on Sunday, we'll have the preview Saturday usiku at 9. And then after the game, we'll also have a match review. So I also want to see whether we can be going live immediately after the game, because that's where the emotions are still high. Yeah. Do you do watch-alongs? That was my next question to answer. Would you guys like me to do watch-along? Let me know. I don't have a good concentration span, to be honest. I don't think I can do a watch-along and speak to you guys at the same time, but I can try. But let me know. If you want us to do a watch-along, we can. Why not? Let me know in the comment section. Guys on YouTube and guys on TikTok. Do you want us to do a watch-along? We can try this weekend and see how it goes. Yeah, we can do a watch-along. So let me know. Let me know in the comment section. Let me see. I'm seeing guys joining. We have Osoro who has joined, Lincoln who has joined, Kagima who has joined, James. Thanks for joining. We have Machoge Omboga who has joined on TikTok. So let's go on to the next bit of news. I think we have a few minutes. In case you have a comment, please post. Now, the next bit of news is to do with Where is the graphic? I just hope I didn't close it. Oh, I did. Let me just quickly get it. It's to do with someone called Rasmus Højlund. So Napoli came in for the player. They've already submitted a 40 million euro bid, and United have accepted it. So the talks are about loan with obligation, and the obligation or option will be a 40 million fee for Rasmus Højlund. And Højlund does not want to move until he has guarantees about his future. So yeah, there we go. So Højlund wants guarantees. So Napoli are set to send a contract proposal to, and this is from Fabrizio, to Rasmus Højlund. As talks with United are proceeding, decision is up to Højlund with contract terms set to be discussed from today. And this was posted around 7 hours ago. Several clubs are also interested in him. We know that Juventus are interested in him as well as unnamed Premier League clubs. They want the player on loan. Now, Rasmus, on his end, he's saying that I don't want to go on loan, then come back and be in a situation like Sancho and Anthony. He says, my first option is to stay at the club and fight for my place. Amorim has told him, no, you don't have a place. Number 2 will be Jay-Z, Joshua Zirkzee. And number 3 will be Chido. And we know as well as Cunha and Mount can play in that position. So before he moves, he says, I want guarantees that it's an obligation. It's not an option. It's an obligation. So Napoli are going to offer the contract, and then Rasmus needs to decide. United are also open to both. They're open to option to buy. They're also open to obligation to buy. But for me, if I was asked, get him out on loan, then bring him back. And I like that Napoli are in for him. Napoli want him. Because Napoli are a good club. Look at what they've done to Scott McTominay. They've made him be a top player. The Serie A MVP. De Bruyne is there with McTominay. Now imagine now throwing Rasmus in the mix. And Rasmus is a good forward. Honestly, he's a good forward. I know he's been getting a lot of stick, but he's a good forward. It's just that he came in at the wrong time. And he's young. And also Rasmus, I think he's a player that should be given praise. Look at how he has handled the situation. Been left out of the team twice and hasn't gone online to post anything. He hasn't created an issue with the club like Sancho or Garnacho. He's been quite solid. And that's what we want to see from United players. Yeah, that's what we want to see. Sorry, I'm adjusting my mic a bit. That's what we want to see from United players or professionals. Guys who don't cause a fuss. So Napoli want him. Let's see how it goes. We still have a week to go. So Rasmus, I feel sad for him. Honestly, I feel sad for him, and I don't like how he's being treated. I don't like how United treating the player. I'd wish he can even be on the bench on the Fulham game and just give him some minutes. It's refreshing to see that he wants to play for the club. It's not like Sancho or Garnacho who don't want to play. He wants to play, so keep playing him, even if it's 10 minutes, until he gets a move. So let me know what you think about Rasmus. Should we sell him? Should he go out on loan and come back? Should we just let him go? Yeah. So the next one is, I think I had seen it as part of this article, was to do with Sancho. I don't know why I closed all these tabs. Let me just open it up again. So Sancho as well is becoming a bother. We know that Roma wanted him or want him. They've made a bid. They also are willing to pay the amount of money United want, which is around between 20 to 25. And he has refused to go. He's still keeping his options open. And the club is afraid that Sancho won't move. They are afraid that when it comes to the end of the window, he will not move. So I don't know why I closed that graphic. But anyway, let's just discuss about Sancho. So Sancho, we know that he was offered a couple of contracts which he rejected. And he wants money. That's what he wants. He wants money. He's earning 250k at United, and he wants to get a club that will pay him almost the same amount. He wants money. That's his priority. But clubs can't pay him 250k. He's a player that has not trained preseason. He's a player that his stocks have gone low since he joined United. Yeah, he did have good performances at Chelsea, helped them win the title. But Sancho needs to move. Honestly, he needs to move. We need to get rid of him. Amorim did say in today's press conference that he's ready to integrate them back into the team, but I know that's all talk. That's all talk. That's all talk. I don't see Sancho playing for United ever again. In fact, I said if I was at the club and I had money, I just pay him off. Even if it's that 5 million or 8 million, just pay him off and tell him go. It's money you want, take and go. There are clubs who are willing to take him. He's also rejected moves to Turkey. He wants to keep his options open. But for how long? On my personal X page, I replied to a post and I said, things will be different next week. Right now, Anaringa, right now they are proud. They are showing their might a bit. Their defiance is all about might. But next week, things will be different because they can't afford to stay 6 months, let alone a whole season without football. The World Cup is coming. They need to move. The window is getting shut next week. And most of the European leagues are shutting their windows next week. I think Germany, I think Italy, England as well. So the Turkish club and the Turkish league, the Turkish transfer window, as well as the Saudi one, will be open. Probably that's where they'll go. And we know that Sancho, it was rumored that he had an offer from a Saudi club and he decided not to go. So it's a really annoying situation to be dealing with Sancho. And there's nothing more to say on that. Now, when it comes to Garnacho, the talks with Chelsea are advancing. So United are holding out for 40 million euros. They want to get that money. Chelsea are now saying that it's 25 based on Saveth Chess. Anaito? Seth something. Pole. I think anyway. Is it Chavez Cheth or something like that from Sky Sports? Anyway. I said I'm struggling a bit. Well, he Kave Sheth, yes, Kave Sheth, yeah. He said that Chelsea value him at 25 million. It's not even 30. Garnacho should be embarrassed. You're being valued at 25 million to a club that wants you. No, you should be embarrassed, man. Should be embarrassed. Look at Caicedo. Chelsea paid all that money. Look at Enzo. Paid all that money for him. Look at Joe Pedro. Paid all that money for him. So things will change. Things will change. Eddie, you are saying next week it will be Messi and the guys refusing to go will be sold. Yeah, and they it's not about that they will be sold. United have already accepted multiple offers from clubs. But the players keep rejecting them. And you can't force a player to leave until you pay off their contract. So they will go. And probably they will go to options that they didn't want in the first place. Sancho can go to Turkish clubs, which he didn't want to go in the first place. Garnacho, Chelsea might not even come back for him. They go to other targets. Yeah? So, yeah, next week will be crazy. And I like what you've said here, that it will be messy. One of the things I love about football and the football season is the transfer window. I love the transfer window more than the actual season because things go crazy, especially the last week and the deadline day. Most of the time I make sure on deadline day I'm always online to get the news. I remember that season where we got like Cavani. We got Cavani on the last day. The other player was who? Falcao. We got Falcao on the last day. It's always crazy. You go to sleep, you wake up and find that clubs have signed players you didn't expect. Probably on deadline day, you'll even hear someone like Mainu has been sold, for example, God forbid. So things do happen. Crazy things happen on deadline day. Probably we can be live that day. We just keep tabs on the news. Yeah, but Eddie, next week will be messy. And these guys will move. Trust me, they will move. Kiburi itaisha. These guys will have to move. They don't have an option. So, for example, Garnacho sees himself as Ronaldo. And he thinks that he can stay out of football and come back. David De Gea stayed out for 1 whole year without a club. He was a free agent, and he was one of the top keepers in Europe. Free agent and top keeper, and stayed 1 year out and ended up going to Fiorentina, which is not a big club. In Europe, Fiorentina is not such a big club. The big clubs in Italy, we know them. But he stayed 1 year out. So Sancho thinks, or Garnacho thinks that they can stay out for 1 year or 6 months. No. And personally, I don't want to see them playing in the under-21s. I see guys saying, stick them to the reserves. No, I don't want them anywhere near United players. And I like what Amorim did. Use the back gate. Come in when the team is not training. We know that Garnacho has been leaking team news. He's been leaking lineups. He's been leaking conversations that they have at the training ground. So I don't want such kind of a player in the new Carrington. I don't want. Of course, I see them in the squad list, but ask them to be training when everyone has gone home. Yeah, we can't afford to have such kind of characters. And I mentioned that the atmosphere at United right now is very, very positive. It's very, very good. So yeah, that's chaos qua ground. I don't know whether you guys have any other questions, comments before we end the live. Remember, tomorrow we are going to have the preview, the Fulham versus United game preview. We'll go through the team news, predicted lineups. But before we leave, I'm waiting for your comments. I'm seeing that we are at 2752 followers on TikTok. A couple of guys are followed. Thank you very much for following. Our target is 3K. We need to get to 3K followers. We are trying to build a united community, a non-toxic united community, and an East African one, a Kenyan one. Let's build that community. Also, thanks Jack, Githenji, Nubis Kubis, who've commented on the YouTube. We always get a lot of activity on TikTok, but you guys have come on YouTube, and thanks a lot. Make sure you also ask more guys to come in and join the YouTube community. And you as well on TikTok. Make sure you go to the link in the description. Go to that red app. Hit subscribe. Hit like on the video. We are trying to build a community. After this, make sure you go over there. Also, you share. Because for some reason, TikTok, you can't reshare the live that you had. But on YouTube, you can always share. And guys can come in and watch the video. So any last comments, any last questions? Jack Githenji Wazi, yeah, that's the sort of following we want. And thanks a lot for being active. We've also had a couple of new chatters on the line. We'll highlight them before we leave. Any other comments, any other question before we end the live? Ruth, your comment, Namansha, what does the comment mean? I'm afraid to post it on the live, and anyone with a comment or question? So yeah, going back, I said that tomorrow we are going live for the preview at 9 p.m. I hope you guys will be available, as well as Sunday after the game we'll go live. I'm still waiting for you to let me know. Do we do a watch along or not? I don't want to do a watch along and then I'm alone. Guys, what do you think? Do we do a watch along? Come on, guys. Do we do a watch along? Yes or no? Muivovia. Why do I keep mispronouncing your name? Muivovia. You're saying, do you think Manchester United can give a manager time like Arsenal did to Arteta? Yeah, they might. This time around, they might give the manager time, but he has to show for it. For example, if he beats Fulham, he beats Burnley, he gets a good performance against City and Chelsea, and then beats Brentford, because Brentford have been dismantled. It's not the same team. The coach is not there. Their top players are not there. Wisa is moving. So if he does put a good performance, let's say he gets 10 points out of 12. Yeah, why not? Or let's say get 10 points out of 15. He will be given time. But if he gets the players, let's say he gets Lammens, he gets a midfielder and doesn't perform, then I don't think he will get time. Ineos won't invest that much and then give him time. But based on what we are seeing so far, they are trusting him. They are supporting him. You see what he has done with the bomb squad, the players who are no longer part of his plans. And the good thing is they are signing players not for the manager. They are signing players for the project. And yet again, he might get more time because he's a Berada signing. Berada is the one who signed him, and Berada is the CEO. So if you sack the manager, then there are a lot of questions on the CEO as well. Then you ask, in that case, which coach do you think was not given time and could have delivered? Ole Gunnar. Ole could have performed. Ole Gunnar was not given time, he was not given support. And you know back then who was the CEO, and you know back then who are running the club. It was all about money. Just throw money to the problem in terms of buying players, but not sorting the actual issue. Ole Gunnar was the first manager, I think, post-Fergie, to actually show that now we are playing good football. Yes, Mourinho performed, he won trophies. He came in, I think, second. Yeah, he came in second, but you can't compare Mourinho's time with Ole's time. Ole completely changed how we play football. He was the first manager that came and gave Guardiola issues. Now imagine if we went to the next level and gave him support that we are seeing Ten Hag and Amorim are getting with the right structures. Then Ole was not given time. The club decided to back the players instead of the manager. Right now, we've learned our mistakes, and the club is backing the manager, not the players. Ole gave us the PSG comeback in UEFA. Yeah, Ole was not given time. Honestly, and in case we decide that we are sacking Amorim, bring Ole back. Look at what he's doing in Turkey. If we sack Amorim, just bring Ole back. Give him this team. Give Ole this team right now. You'll see wonders. Any other last comment, guys? And I'm yet to hear from you. Do we do a watch along or not? Or I ask tomorrow before, or I ask tomorrow during the preview. Or I discouraged you and I say that my concentration span is not good. Any comment on that? Any last comments? Going once? Going twice? Last call? Okay, so let's appreciate some of the people who contributed, who kept me going. I said I'm not feeling well, but seeing your comments, seeing you guys joining in has given me the energy. Honestly, I couldn't even speak. My voice was gone, but you've given me the energy. I'll eat, take a shower, sleep, be refreshed for tomorrow. It's been a tough couple of days for me. I've not been 100%. So we have Nubis Kubis, who's also a subscriber on YouTube. Thanks for the comments. You've posted various comments. Jackie Gedenji as well. Thanks a lot for being a fan, being a follower. Thanks for being on YouTube. And make sure you get more people to come along. And then we have Senior Caris on TikTok. I think he's also a regular here. We have Mui Vovia, who's a new fan. Thanks a lot. Karibu to the UKG family, posting a couple of comments. And then we have Vintex835. I think it's also the first time you are commenting. Thanks a lot for joining in. Thanks for posting a comment. Faith Darius. I think Faith is an Arsenal fan, if I'm not wrong. And she's a follower. She's one of the regulars. Ruth, thanks for always commenting, but you always post the same comment and I don't quite understand what it is about. Then we have Njiri Morani. You asked about doing live, then I think you went away. Watch along. Yeah, we can always do a watch along if you guys are up for it. Who else? Eddie. Eddie is also a regular. Thanks for always being here. We have Manchester United Utopia. You asked about watch along. I think I've seen you a couple of times also on the lives. Yeah, I can do a watch along, but currently I'm not doing it. If you guys want us to watch alongs, please let me know. And then Jeff Hamed is always a regular. I'm late ndio kufika home kutoka game ya Kenya. How did the game go? Let me see. How did the game go, Kenya? Stars. Honestly, I haven't watched any of those games. I'm a bad patriot. We lost on penalties. Madagascar. Well, so does it mean you are out? Quarterfinals, yeah, we are out. Sad, man. It's sad. Well, anyway, they've made money. And also I think they are getting houses, if I'm not wrong. Nowadays, I've switched off from Kenyan news. Honestly, with politics and whatever is going, nilichoka akili nikasema I don't want to follow anything to do with Kenyan news. Just been hearing guys saying that those guys were making money, so they've made money. Morinke, you are saying bro, Amorim ako sawa, team iko sawa na bado ataitengeneza. I love Man United kwa moyo wangu wote. Legend. Such a legend. Yeah, team iko sawa na unapenda Man United na moyo wako wote. Yeah. But leave some space for someone special as well. Yeah, so Jeff Ahmed is also a regular. I think you are also on Monday's Ground Talk Live. So thanks a lot. Morinke as well, I've seen you a couple of times. Thanks a lot. And that's it for today's show. Remember to always like, share, subscribe, and follow on YouTube as well. Go there. Right now we are on how many subscribers? Let me see. How many? I had a graphic for a goal. Where did it go? I had a graphic for a goal to show where we are on YouTube. But let me just go to YouTube and see how many subscribers. The last live we ended, I think, at 52 or 55. Right now we are on 56. So the target right now is to get to 100 subscribers. So go there, click the link on the description, come over on YouTube, click the subscribe, hit the like. And we get things going. So that's it for today. See you tomorrow. Edu, you're asking what about Sunday's game? Yeah, we are doing a preview tomorrow, same time, 9 p.m. Today was all about chaos qua ground, going through the transfer news, Lammens, Sancho, Højlund. So tomorrow at 9, we are going to have the preview. So make sure tomorrow at 9 p.m, log in. Let's meet then. So until next time, guys, have a good one. Keep safe, keep warm. And thanks for giving me the energy to do this. I wasn't sure I was going to do this today, but thanks a lot. God bless, and see you tomorrow, 9 p.m. Bye-bye.